Their blank expression shows their tortured apathy. Trapped in rat races for their meek prosperity. Look around, you'll find this ain't home. Remember yesterday we had our liberties, but it seems we gave them up to new nobility. A thriving nation that's been brought down to its knees. Look around, you'll find this ain't home. Can't rewind these times, this ain't home. The mirrors of the past don't live here anymore. Streets of gold are weary, pretty thin. And all the passers-by have long since passed and gone. It's like I never lived here. Like I never lived here before. I see them swarming and they're bearing down on me, marching to the rhythm of our new democracy. Criminals are in the suits in this society. Look around, you'll find this ain't home. Can't rewind these times, this ain't home. The mirrors of the past don't live here anymore. Streets of gold are weary and pretty thin. And all the passers-by have long since passed and gone. It's like I never lived here. Like I never lived here before. What will you remember in another 30 years? Memories of protests that were brought on by our fears. What will the children see as all the debris clears? Do you think they will call it home? Do you think they will call it home?
That's the one.
Write that same old story, say it was never for me, and still you'll find I'll be the last word on your line. Worn-out English novel, did you think that would not bother me? Each page in time, I'll be the last word on your line. If I had a dime for your every line, sure I'd be king of Spain. Then again, if I had a minute for your every sin, no, I'd be Father Time in my mind. There's a scar on the record she's spinning. It plays over and over and back to the beginning, but the message is clear. It says, I'm sorry, my dear. You never heard the words I said. You never wanted to hear. I'll write that same old story, say it was never for me, and still you'll find you were twisting the throttle. Now you say you want it back, but baby, listen to this. I got a story of my own. It's on the bestseller list. It was never for me. And still you'll find I'll be the last word on your tongue. Worn out English novel. That will not bother me. Each page in time, I'll be the last word on your line.
They promised us the moon but gave us only lies. Behind closed doors, corruption thrives. They partied through the night while we mourned in the day. Now it's time to rise up and make them pay. For every broken promise, for every shattered dream, for all the times they've silenced our scream. Let's unite our voices, make tactical our stand. Drive out this government, reclaim our land. No more lies, no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. Yet no more lies, yet no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. Now, pandemic struck, they fumbled, they failed. Left us to suffer, they should be jailed. Scandals in the headlines while we die alone. Bigotry and hatred they've overthrown. For every broken promise, for every shattered dream, for all the times they've silenced our scream. Let's unite our voices, make tactical our stand. Drive out this government, reclaim our land. No more lies, no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. Yeah, no more lies, yeah, no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. Well, no more bigotry, no more hate. We'll build a future, it's not too late. With hearts of fire, we won't be swayed. Together we'll march till justice is made. No more lies, no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. Yeah, no more lies, no more deceit. We gotta stand together until they're obsolete. End this farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. This farce, tear down their charade. We'll build back better from the mess they've made. We'll build back better from the mess they've made.
Why
Watch your mouth. I can hear you talk about it. Sell my soul for me, why don't you? Well, take a bail. Shit, you must be feeling so much better. Still, at least I got my head on straight. So you wanna know what makes me? You really wanna share some of my time? Well, love is story, tell a story. Do you really wanna write this down now? Well, do you really wanna write this down now? Now for what? Well, your paper really sold me short. I mean, with all my hair messed up. Well, does this look good on me? Well, really. Still, at least I got my head on straight. Well, your little snap happy surely caught me with my guard down. Said I should be grateful somehow. But get up past your soul last year, yeah. Still, at least I got my head on straight. So you wanna know what makes me? You said you really wanna share some of my time. Well, love a story, tell a story. Do you really wanna write this down now? Well, do you really wanna write this down now? Do you really wanna write this down? You see, I'm just feeling so sleepy right now. But I can take a trip beyond that line, honey. Still, at least I got my head on straight. So you wanna know what makes me? You said you really wanna share some of my time. Well, love is story, tell a story. Do you really wanna write this down now? Well, do you really wanna write this down? Said I'm a story, tell a story. Do you really wanna write this down now? Well, do you really wanna write this down?
number you have dialed has been tuned.
you doing? Yeah, I know it's late. I had an idea and it couldn't wait. Called the airport, got a cancellation. Didn't really care about the destination. The birds start singing about 4 a.m. Coffee and a shower, then off to work again. What's the hurry? No one's keeping score. Are you trying to meet yourself coming out the door? You got to let your feelings show. Do it for yourself, not just to please me. I'm trying to do my best, you know. Sometimes you just have to take it easy. Yeah, that's the way. Another week of roll on Saturday. Yeah, come what may. I'm getting out of here no matter what you say. Hey, there you go. Monday through to Friday seem to go so slow. Yeah, that's the way. See you at the weekend. Roll on Saturday. Everybody's in a rush somehow. Seem to want everything and want it now. Doesn't matter if a man's all hard. Sometimes there is more than just a taking part. It's nice to see that you're still hanging in there. I should have known that you're not giving, yeah. Before it's back to being damaged goods. We take a lot of pictures of the sand and stuff. You got to let your feelings show. For yourself, not just to please me. I'm trying to do my best, you know. Sometimes you just have to take it easy. Yeah, that's the way. Another week of roll on Saturday. Yeah, come what may. I'm getting out of here no matter what you say. Hey, there you go. Monday through to Friday seem to go so slow. Roll on Saturday. Yeah, that's the way. Another week of roll on Saturday. Yeah, come what may. I'm getting out of here no matter what you say. Hey, there you go. Monday through to Friday seem to go so slow. Yeah, that's the way. See you at the weekend. Roll on Saturday. Roll on Saturday. Roll on Saturday. Roll on Saturday.
Beat the brakes, aye aye. Beat the brakes, aye aye.
Tune in now, it's time to meet the weird and wild, the bold, unique. Stories untold, the tales we seek. Come along, let's beat the brakes. From the strange to the rare, the out of the blue. Extraordinary lives just for you. Join the chat, get the sneak peeks. It's your favorite show. Meet the freaks.
Meet the freaks on radio. Freakjam. Meet the freaks on radio.
only jam you don't spread.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is it working? I don't know if it's working. We're working. Jesus. Everything's straining tonight under the pressure, man. I think the heat is just getting to everything. I can't see you just yet, Adam. You're my big reveal. So bear with. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's not working tonight as well. That's strange. I had that working and now it's not. And it's just all very strange. It might be your view on Skype. Oh, there you've come up already. Look, that's just happened on its own. Adam's here. Sorry, I'll do the intro with you on the screen. I don't care. How are you, dude? It's I think the heat's getting to the computers tonight for big time, and Adam's been having technical issues his end with sound. His video is really laggy because he's in the bar on the Wi-Fi. But we're going to make the most of it, as we always do here on Radio Freakjam. If it's not a few technical issues, it's not the show, is it really? Good evening to everyone. Hope you're well. Everyone in the chat room there. We've got Christine, we've got Darren, we've got Aslan, we've got Dave, and a few others lurking in the background there I can see as well. So welcome to Radio Freakjam. This is Adam Shepherd. He's over there. I got it right for once. Haha. Fantastic. Lead singer of Blackshot Rose and now Entropy Rising.
I think it's Entropy Rise.
Entropy Rise now. Okay, right. Okay.
I think it's Entropy Rise.
Entropy Rise, bass player with Alcatraz, just all-round international superstar, rock star, and all-time lover. So, yeah, how you doing, man? I mean, I just wanted to do a quick plug for the Jam Night. You've been coming down the Jam Night again recently, which has been lovely because you are OG.
Yeah, 2006.
Are you sure it wasn't earlier? Because we released the Frequency album in 2004, and I'm sure you were around for that.
Maybe then. I remember you doing a video. Yeah, I remember you doing a video about pharmaceuticals. Is that correct? You done a song about like the prescription drugs and stuff like that. I remember that coming out.
Oh, that was one of my songs. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah, you're right. But no, I'm sure you were around for the album launch and stuff like that in them days.
The first place I came to was the Fox and Pheasant.
Yeah, so that we've done that for 7 years.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 2005, but I don't think it was as early as 2004. I might be wrong, but I don't think it was.
But, give everyone a bit of a description about yourself back then, Adam. Or I'll do it, one of the two.
So, yeah, I had short hair. And, yeah, I mean, I still liked metal. I still liked rock and everything else, but I didn't look like a rocker or a metaler, really. You'd pass me in the street and think, oh, that bloke listens to Snow Patrol.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Actually, I have a picture of myself over here. I'll grab it. Hold on.
I've got loads of pictures of you that you've sent me.
No, I lied. It's not there.
Ah.
What a shame. Yeah, there's a picture of me on a motorbike that's, yeah, and I've got short hair and no beard. No beard.
So. No beard, man. That was a long time ago, and, you kind of took a hiatus, went off and done a few things with life and stuff, as we all do, and you've been making it back down the Jam at Bumbles recently, and it's been lovely to see you. And you played a gig down there on Saturday as well.
Yeah, just done a gig. Yeah, Mr. Bumbles, Camberley. It was good. Yeah, good audience. It was with Entropy Rise. I'm singing for those guys. There's a whole backstory behind that, but I'm sure we'll get into that at some point. Yeah, no, it's good. Good audience. It's nice. I've always liked playing at Mr. Bumbles. I've played at Mr. Bumbles for with Blackshot Rose as well, and I think with a couple of other bands in the past, just that I've been like depping for and stuff like that. So, yeah, good venue.
It's home, man. It's obviously we had the Fox and Pheasant, as you mentioned earlier. That was home for a long time, and then we kind of floated around a little bit, settled at the Rising Sun in Slough for a while, and that was home. Good. And then obviously Bumbles. We've been there 10 years this year at Bumbles.
Has it been 10 years?
Yeah, man. So so we're having a bit of a celebration. September the 14th. Phipps is celebrating 30 years of running the pub. That's an achievement, man, isn't it?
In this day and age, yeah.
Totally. So that's a massive achievement for her. And we're doing a jam night or a jam afternoon. 'Cause it's going to be 1 till 4. And we're also going to be celebrating, excuse me, our 10th birthday down at the pub. So it's going to be an all-time good time. And there's going to be food, and there's going to be bouncy castles, and there's just for the adults, not for the kids. There's going to be people doing art and things and stuff, and there's going to be a silent disco and loads of bands. Tequila Chase are playing as well, so come down and see them. They're playing straight after the jam afternoon. So yeah, it's going to be an all-time fun day. Put it out in your diaries. Come down and see us and have some.
And when
fun.
was that?
September the 14th.
I'll be there.
Are you in the country?
I am. Yeah. And still giving preliminary dates for America, and they are middle of October.
So we'll get to that as well. But let's just do this as a build-up, shall we?
Okay.
Because we can't just give them all the big news before they know where it's all come from. Because you've since sort of coming down the jam night, you formed Blackshot Rose, which you gigged with for how many years?
17, almost 18 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's good
17
going.
years. There's been a few lineup changes on and off. I mean, before I came down to the jam, I always just used to play guitar in my bedroom and stuff. So I come down the jam and saw people like Tim Caesar and Andy Bradley playing, and Dave as well, from Spider. Dave from Spider.
Sniffer.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, and I used to watch them play and think, I'd love to be able to give that a go. So practice more in the bedroom, and then started playing down the jam, which it was always just a really easy, really fun night. Really relaxed. So it was really cool.
Lots of drink.
There was no pressure. Like as to, if you cocked up a song, it didn't really matter too much. You just cuffed your way through it, and everybody there was really good musicians as well, like Paul as well. And Adrian used to come down and do
Barry,
he used to do the Purple Rain and things like that. It was really good. And then there was, as it went on, there was a couple of other bands. There was some younger guys, Steve and Richard, I think his name was, with Denise, the drummer Denise.
Oh,
yeah. So then around that time, we formed a band. I met up with Johnny D, who's been on the circuit for years doing his own kind of stuff. Johnny D used to come down and jam as well. And he was the singer and I was the guitarist. And we had Simon as the other guitarist, Chief on bass, Craig on drums. I've known Craig since school, and me, Craig and Chief are like the original members. No, I'm lying. We didn't have Johnny D at first. We had Terry.
Wow.
And Terry then decided it was too much for him, so we got Johnny D in for a while, and then Johnny D went off to do something else. Can't remember what he was doing. So I got forced into the singing route. So then I became the singer and guitarist in Blackshot Rose, and then we've had loads of lineup changes over the years, but it's always kind of stuck with Craig as a drummer, Chief as a bass player, until very recently, and me as the singer and guitarist.
He's moved away, hasn't he, Sharif?
Yeah, so he moved to Wales, and he had a baby girl, and he's just had another baby as well.
Congratulations, Chief, man.
Yeah, congratulations,
his balls
Chief.
work and everything.
Yeah. And then, so recently, because he's moved away and he's started quite a big family, really, he decided it was too much for him. So we've got a new guy in to play bass. But I mean, there's been a few guitar lineup changes. We had Simon originally, then we had oh God, I know his name, but it's escaped me, which is really rude. We had the other guy. And
man, it's not rude. It's not rude. I mean, come on, you're talking to somebody who does a jam night here, and you see so many people come through that jam night, and just names blend into one. But faces, I'm good with faces. If they turn up, I recognise that they've been there before. I just can't remember who they are.
I just remembered his name, Jason. Jason, really, really good guitarist. Wanted to go off and do original stuff, so he went off and done original stuff. We even had Shoy from Deep Frondis. We had Shoy for a while, and now we've got Dave Whiting, who's really, really good.
Dave's just said Shoy in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Dave. I can't see the chat, but yeah. So I'll
if you sign into YouTube on your browser, you can sort of go and have a look at the chat there.
I don't want to mess anything up. I'll just watch it back afterwards. I don't want to mess anything up.
There we go.
Because I'm not very technically minded. So if I
will translate for the audience for you. So I'll send messages your way and bits and pieces. So if you do want to ask Adam any questions, please feel free to type them in the chat, and I will pass them on to him. Yeah.
So yeah, we got Dave now on guitar. He's, like I'm saying, phenomenal. He's watching, so I'm like, he's paying me to say this. So he's actually, he's really, really good. And Black Shot Rose, been going for a long time. And then there's a story behind the Entropy thing, actually, who I gigged with on Saturday, who Dave is the guitarist in Entropy, and so is a guy called Fran. And Fran's a really accomplished bass player, played a lot of jazz when he was younger, and I know jazz it's one big mistake. Like, people think they're playing the right notes, they're not, and then everyone goes, wow, it's great. But now he plays proper music. He plays heavy metal. So
in all fairness, with Frequency, we used to allow everyone one jazz note per gig.
Yeah. One note. Yeah.
Yeah, one jazz note. You know what I mean? So if you got one fuck up, it was fine. You know what I mean? And so he wanted me to dep for a gig. So I went and I depped because their singer couldn't make it. And after the night of playing, he asked me to join to be their vocalist. And I basically cut a deal with him, and I said, look, I'm looking for a bass player. So it was Dave was kind of the organizer of the deal, really. I said I would be the vocalist if he plays bass in Black Shot Rose, and he agreed. So now we have Fran as a bass player in Black Shot Rose. But Craig's just had another baby as well, so he's a busy man. So Black Shot Rose is taking its time. We haven't got as much time to get in the studio as we did have. Family comes first, man, and congratulations to Craig on that as well. So he's knocking him out as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's around. I don't see him very often. He's a busy lad, 2 kids. But yeah, he's cool. So yeah, that's how I ended up being the singer for Entropy. But I mean, in between that, there's been loads of acoustic stuff, and other bands like Crossbreed have played guitar and done some vocals for them.
Because if you look up, not you personally, but if the audience looked up from where you're sitting now, they'd see a ceiling covered in t-shirts.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I can move the camera. Right, everybody, don't get seasick. Don't get too seasick.
The Freakjam one's not up there yet because my daughter failed to deliver it.
Yeah.
So this is Adam's t-shirt collection. We were over with Adam and Holly the other week, and this is the bar, and it's an awesome place to sit and chill and play guitars and things.
Yeah. I think we're back in the right place.
And it didn't cut out or anything. That's a good thing.
Amazing, right?
So Entropy, I mean, you've got a lot of gigs on. I mean, what's happening with that?
So we've got a few. Yeah, we've got a few. We're booked into a few different places. I think we're talking to we've got some gigs at Mr. Bumble's. We've got some gigs in Hounslow, Cross Lances coming up, and we've got some we're talking to Hemel Hempstead, the Oddfellows Arms, and King Billy Rock Bar in Northamptonshire.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a few dates in the diary this year, and then next year is going to be getting a little bit busier. But I've got to be careful because I'm kind of juggling a lot of things, so I try not to double book myself.
Well, you certainly are juggling a lot of things. I mean, you've been having 8-hour bass rehearsals, haven't you?
Yeah. So I sit down and I sit down here actually, exactly where I'm sitting right now with the bass, and I've got some headphones and I run through and do like 8 hours worth of playing because I've just agreed to dep for girls' school in France, south of France. So I'm going to put my hair in bunches and
Come on, give us a demo.
Oh, hang on. I don't even know if it'll go in bunches. I mean,
You just said you were going to put it in bunches, so we need to practice that. That works.
Yeah.
You're almost Britney Spears.
yeah, kind of working. But yeah, so I'm gonna dep for them because they've just got a new bass player in Olivia. She's fantastic, and she can't make the gig in France, so I've just been asked to cover them. Yeah, so that'd be cool. So I've got to learn that set. I mean, I've learned it, but I'm just keep running the set again and again and again.
Only way to do it.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of discipline to get up and come down here and do 8 hours, especially if I've been working. If I'm working as well, then I do like 3-4 hours in the evening. So yeah, it's becoming almost a full-time job.
And that's what we all dreamed, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really glad that I landed the job that I've got now playing bass. And yeah, getting lots of kind of session work and depth work and stuff like that. So, because for a long time I was getting a lot more work as a vocalist than I was a guitarist or bass. So yeah, it's nice to be able to. I mean, I think it's just a shortage of bass players, to be honest. So,
I mean, that's quite a funny story that you told me at the weekend. We'll get to that. I was just going to play a track, but as I said, tech issues and bits and pieces tonight. Bear with me on this because they seem to have disappeared out of the playlist. I have a habit of this happening recently. They just disappear out of the playlist I put them in, and they're nowhere to be seen. So I'm going to find your tracks again and see if we can pull one in. Which one would you like first, sir? They're both. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. Let's get that in there. So yeah, what I sort of want to do is play one of your Alcatraz tracks, and then we can talk a bit about that and all the other bits and pieces that are going on. But before I do that, it's just got to let me work. iTunes is being weird, man. It's just being weird, and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just going to talk shit while I cover and tell them a joke or something, dude.
Oh, I don't know if I know any politically correct jokes.
You're on Radio Freakjam now. I mean, you don't have to be politically correct, but we do like to keep it slightly family friendly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you can cover those bases, we're good.
Okay. What do you call a one-eyed dinosaur?
Do you think he saw us?
What do you call a one-eyed dinosaur's dog?
Do you think he saw us, Rex?
Hey.
Yeah, that's family friendly. We can go with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did I tell you my joke about the fish and the herbs?
No, go on.
Oh, don't worry, it's not the time or place. No.
Even you didn't laugh at that. You didn't even laugh at your own.
You don't laugh at your own jokes, man. Why is this not working? Bear with me. As I said, the system's under intense pressure tonight because I think it's the heat's just making my computer go a little bit loopy. That's better. Let's do that. That seems to be working, so we'll let that do its thing for a second. And yeah, so Alcatraz, you've basically had the chance to go and play some music around the world on an instrument that you don't play.
Well, no, I've always played bass. I've played bass in a few different bands. I've just never played bass at the jam night.
Right. But you don't consider yourself a bassist, do you? You consider yourself a singer and a guitarist primarily.
Singer and guitarist more, yeah. But yeah, I've always played the bass. Like I said, I was in a couple of bands. I've played with Larry, funny enough, on bass. which is how I got the job, because I was talking with the guys in Alcatraz. I'd done a little bit of work for them here and there, and and Larry kind of got me a foot in the door, really, and he just said, you're going to have to practice, and you're going to have to record some of the tracks and send them back to Jimmy Waldo, who's the original keyboardist in the band. I think the band started in 1983, so I was like a year in the making at that point. But he's formerly from a band called New England. I believe him and Gary Shea, who's the bass player from Alcatraz. The original bass player from Alcatraz. They both formed Alcatraz, and I can't remember who came first. It was either Yngwie Malmsteen or Steve Vai, but they've both been in the band at one point or another. And yeah, it's just it come to the point where Gary unfortunately can't do any of the live stuff anymore. So they needed somebody to cover all the live stuff, which is obviously all the fun stuff.
Yes.
So I got picked for the job. I recorded some tracks, sent it back to Jimmy. He liked them. I think one of them was Little Viper, which is one of the tracks I sent you. The other one, both tracks actually, even another one I sent you, and there was a couple of other older ones in there as well. And I sent them back, and within a couple of days, Jimmy posted me over the set list from America and said, "Yeah, if you can learn these," and I did.
So wicked. And so yeah, I mean, you're basically following in the footsteps of Yngwie Malmsteen and Steve Vai. Obviously not on the guitar, but in the same path that they've trodden. Yeah,
not on the guitar. I mean, their league's better than I am on the guitar, but same kind of thing really. It's just nice to be given the opportunity, because the opportunities like this obviously don't come up very often. So it was nice to for it to work out. I'd done a lot of favors for not a lot of favors, but a lot of I helped a lot on the previous tour, and so yeah, it was nice that the hard work in kind of doing somebody a favor kind of paid off. And it was a favor without anything expected to be reciprocated, but it just kind of all worked out for the best, I guess.
I mean, that's what it's about, man. It's music, but the industry per se, it's not about what you know. Sometimes it's about who you know, and it's networking is very, very important in all the sort of creative arts, really. From music to acting to even art itself. You've got to be out there, pushing yourself, getting involved in the right circles of people, and it sounds like you've done that, and that's it's paid off.
It's exactly right. I mean, Larry, the drummer in Alcatraz, he's always said to me, I've been in a couple of bands with him in the past, and he's always said to me, unless you're out there doing it, unless you're rubbing shoulders with the people, and you're in venues and you're out there doing it, it's never gonna happen for you. If you just kind of chasing a dream but not out there actually doing it, you need to be playing in venues, you need to be out meeting people, and that's how things happen. And
yeah. It's just opportunities come along when you're mixing in groups of people like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's about grasping them with both hands and going, right, I want to do that, and doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I was saying earlier. That's why the jam night was so good. If I never went to the jam night, I don't think I'd have ever been in a band. If I was never in a band, then I would have never have. I wouldn't be where I am now. So.
Well, we'll take that. Yeah. Thank you very much for sort of saying that we were a big part of helping you get there. I mean, we're not a big part in all fairness. We're a small part in a big machine. But this is what we want from the jam night. This is what we want people to come down, find out something about themselves, whether they like being on that stage or they don't like being on that stage, what they're good at, what they're not good at. Learn, get that experience. And go off and do wonderful things, man. And you've done amazingly well for yourself, and you should be proud, really.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I don't think I'm one of those people that I will never be fully satisfied, if that makes sense. I will always strive for something else. As soon as I do one thing and I go, right, what's next? But I think to a certain degree, you need that. To be able to kind of move forward, really. But then don't forget to appreciate what you've got at the time, because it's really easy to think, right, what's next, and not actually think about what you're doing
now.
Right there. Enjoy the moment, but then
Yeah.
once the moment's over, it's time to work again and think about what's next.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Cheers, by the way. I'm on just a bottle of juice tonight because it's far too hot for anything else.
I'm having a beer, but it's not too bad here. It was hot earlier, but there's a cool breeze coming in off the fields, so I can't complain.
Nice. There's a slight smell coming in from West Drayton, but that's the best we got here. It is what it is. So right, I don't know what you sent me, but I've got 2 tracks and they're only 20 seconds long.
They're only 20 seconds long.
Do you know why this may be?
That doesn't sound like the songs, no.
Yeah.
So the 2 songs that I sent you, I don't know if you can play them through iTunes or...
I'm just going to try one now, in the background. Yep, it's noisy, but it is only 20 seconds long. It sounds like the intros, so I'm not quite sure what you sent me there, Adam.
I don't know.
I'm
not very technical minded.
Yeah, I was to say, by your own admission, you're not a tech head, are you?
No.
I mean, I'll tell you what, just to give you an idea of what Adam's doing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these tracks back to back. We have got the Entropy video as well, so we can play that too. But just a very brief snippet, ladies and gentlemen, here of Alcatraz, and this is what Adam's taken out and playing all over the world, and he's even got a chance to get to America with it. So let's have a quick listen to this. So there you go. Then you get the idea. It's classic heavy rock, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So you've got the keyboardist who's, well, I don't know what his influences are, to be honest, but like I say, he's been in bands for many, many years. You've got Joe, the guitarist, who's influenced heavily by like Yngwie Malmsteen and Richie Blackmore. So a lot of the kind of stuff is based around, I wouldn't say it's based around that music, but you can tell there is influences. And yeah, you've got Larry, the drummer, who's influenced on Motorhead massively, and he's if you go all the way back, like Beatles, Rolling Stones, Sabbath, all types of thrash metal, Metallica, early Metallica, early Maiden, anything kind of pre-1984 is his kind of influence. Yeah, so it's somewhere, it kind of jumps somewhere in the middle of that. And I sent you the song Battle Lines because it's all the lyrics in that are all based around the kind of Second World War conflict. And Larry, funny enough, is a Second World War historian and author, as well as being a drummer, full-time metal drummer. So yeah, he writes a lot of different books about some pretty cool, interesting stuff, which kind of ties in with the Battle Lines song. He wrote a book about,
right.
Yeah, like the Kriegsmarine in the Adriatic and the Black Sea, and the Kriegsmarine Ops in Norway. Yeah, he specialises in U-boats. Whenever we go to a hotel, he always remembers his hotel room by a U-boat. So he'll be like, "Oh," I said to him, I think he'll probably correct me if he sees this. I was in room 207, and he said, "Oh, it's a Type C." I was like, "Okay," and he always remembers it by U-boat numbers, so he doesn't get lost getting back to his hotel room.
Oh wow!
So he'll always say to me, "Oh, that's a Type C," served in blah 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 blah. Okay, cool.
I love people like that. I love this sort of lateral thinking they've got, which is related to their interests and how they can tie all this together for memory techniques and stuff like that. It's very clever.
Yeah, type 7C, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. Type 7C.
Because if he watches, he's going to be correcting you. You're going to be getting
Yeah,
text messages.
he's going to message me and say, "I told you it's type 7C." Nah, he's not like that.
Don't misquote me. Don't misquote me.
Yeah, quote unquote type 7C. Yeah.
Aslan did say, he says, don't worry about sending the short tracks. Once he accidentally sent me a track that was incomplete and excluded Wispy's parts accidentally.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm glad I'm not the only person that's not very technically adept.
We'll educate you, Adam. It's fine. We'll get you up to speed on this. Because, if you're going to be an international rock star, mate, you need to know what this stuff does. Or something. No, just leave someone else to do it, man. Fuck it.
Somebody picks up flights. I get on them. I land. Somebody picks me up. They tell me the stage is that way. I go, all right, cool. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but you've got to see the world, haven't you? You've gone all over Europe recently. You've been to Germany. You've played the biggest rock festival in Germany, Waken.
Yeah, played Waken. Yeah. Alcatraz so far. I mean, the first gig I done with them was in Cart and Horses in Stratford. And then I went to south of France, Pémenard, really cool little festival. I say little, it's not that little, but it's still really cool. And then coming back from France, I think the next run was the UK. So we done like Manchester Academy, Ivory Blacks in Glasgow. We done the Dome in London. 1965 was it 1865 club in Southampton. And then through the channel, we went and done Belgium, Germany. Seveners Club in Germany is really cool. Some really cool places in Mannheim as well. Got to play some really, really cool stages and meet some really, really cool people. And over in Europe, the music scene is, the heavy metal scene is massively alive, So really cool crowds over there. And then came back and went to America. Done the East Coast, landed in New Orleans, and done a string of gigs all the way up to Canada on the East Coast. So Atlanta, New Orleans, Atlanta. I can't remember them all. Washington, Chicago, New York. I can't remember the other one. I can't remember the location of the other one. But there was about 14 shows over 17 days, something like that.
Yeah, and you sent me some pictures. I'm just going to try and flick through a few of them now for people.
They came through all right.
I've got all of them. That's wicked. So I just need to find where all the pictures have gone, because again, things have a habit of disappearing when I do these shows, and that seems to have disappeared. But there's one picture of you on stage playing the bass, at least, which I've just moved. Didn't want to do that. Just keep telling us more, man. And I'll flick through these pictures and I'll show some people what you've been up to, because you can't see them, can you?
I can't see what's going on, but no. The string of shows in the UK was with the band, with the lineup, with Doogie White singing, who I know you know.
Yes, I do know Doogie.
Yeah, cool, nice guy. We done. Yeah, my first string of shows was with Doogie. And now Doogie's decided that he doesn't want to carry on. He's got a different direction, or I'm not really sure, but he's decided that it's not for him at the moment. So we got Giles Lavery singing for Alcatraz, and he's also the vocalist in Warlord. Really, really good vocalists, like really good. We done the latest ones, which was the America dates, was with Giles, which went down really well. Loads of really cool venues, like the Black Cat in Washington. That's a super cool venue. If you get a chance to go there, it's not the biggest venue, but it's just great. The sound people are great. The audience were great. got to walk down to the White House afterwards, and
Oh wow!
yeah, it's about 20-minute. Well, they say it's 20 minutes. It's about a 40-minute walk.
I've just found the picture. You stood outside the White House with your American flag on your t-shirt.
Yeah, that was straight after the gig at the Black Cat, and they were nice enough at the Black Cat to, because I always try and get t-shirts from wherever I play, and I always try and pay for the t-shirts. So I was downstairs paying for this Black Cat t-shirt, and one of the people said, "Oh no, you don't have to pay for it. Just wear it at the next gig." And it was the only venue in the whole of America, because America their venues are very, very strange. The way they run everything is quite a tight ship. So they gave away a free t-shirt, and they said, "Oh yeah, wear it at a venue if you can." And so I wore it on stage at Waken, because I thought, it's a really nice thing they gave me the t-shirt. So, yeah.
Nice. When did you meet Lemmy?
Yeah, so the Metal Lemmy, that's in the VIP area at Waken, funny enough. And he makes me look really short, because they've made him about 8 foot tall out of pieces of like little washers and pieces of steel. And there's several like really cool monuments to different rock and metal like gods, basically. You got like Alice Cooper's there as well. There's some really, really cool ones dotted around. If you get a chance to go to Waken, it's uncomprehendibly huge. It's 85,000 people, and it's just insane. The VIP area is bigger than most festivals. It's crazy. Really, really, but really cool. Very, very cool experience. Really, really glad I got to go there.
And what are you playing? What's that green bass you're playing?
This one over here it's an M5. That is an M5 Marcus Miller Sire. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah. I picked it basically, but it had a really good sound, and I've got a thing about having ebony fretboards or really good quality rosewood fretboards. You'll never actually see me play a maple guitar or a maple neck bass.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
Why is that?
Just can't concentrate. I don't know why. I look down at the fretboard and the light shines off of it, and I can't concentrate on my fingers. Like maybe they're the color of maple. They just blend in, and I can't do anything. So I always play dark neck guitars, and this one's got
black like your soul, basically.
Sorry?
Black like your soul, basically.
Like my soul. When they create a darker color, I'll wear it. Yeah. But it's got the active pickup in there as well. So it's got 18-volt preamp with the double batteries in the back. So it's got some serious kick. And when you're touring, sometimes you don't know what you're going to be plugging into sometimes. So it's nice to have something on the guitar that you can turn all the way up, and it's going to be punchy.
Thumping.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's a lot. I mean, you've played me some stuff when we were over, and a lot of it is very straight root notey sort of stuff, except for one song which you were really struggling with. How did that go?
Got it down in the end. Lots and lots of practice. It's a song called London 1666, and I think it's off of one of the last 2 albums. So the latest album was Take No Prisoners. The one before that was V for Victory or 5, and the one before that I think was Born Innocent or something along them lines. It was off. I think it was off the V album, but it's an absolute killer song because the bass just follows the lead guitar, and the lead guitar obviously it follows a rhythm guitar, which there isn't a rhythm guitarist. So Jimmy plays a lot of the rhythm kind of stuff on keys. Of course, when you're playing stuff like that, it's not too bad, but when you're playing rhythm guitar on frets that big, it's pretty difficult. And there was a lot of runs in there. I mean, some of the other stuff like Too Drunk to Live is really technical. There are some technical songs in there, but that one was really really difficult.
You played me some of it, and it was just like there seemed to be no pattern no arrangement to it. It just seemed to be notes in places.
Structures. Yeah, when structures become really technical, I find things become harder because you've got to know the song inside out to know exactly where the changes are coming. And
it
a lot
sounded
of the
like notes. You know, a lot of songs repeat parts. You know, you've got your groove for your verse, you've got your groove for your pre-chorus, you've got your groove for your chorus, maybe your bridge, mid, late, whatever. And there is a certain amount of copy paste. Do you know what I mean? You play a lot of the same stuff to keep that familiarity, but the stuff you were playing, it was different every time, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's I think in London 1666, there's about 5 or 6 riffs which play intermittently at different places, and the strange thing is, it's not always following the rhythm guitar. So if you're hearing the lead guitar do one thing, the rhythm guitar could possibly be doing another thing which fits the same amount of notes per bar, and then the bass guitar is doing something else completely which fits the same amount of notes per bar, and they all do different things at different times. So yeah, it's a really tricky one. And most of the songs that I learn, I have to put headphones in and kind of decipher what's being played, because it's not tabbed out anywhere. So I'm having to listen to it, work out what it is, and just repeat sections hundreds and hundreds of times so I can get them in my head.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, I hope like, you don't mind me mentioning this, but you know, when we met, and you know, for a very long time, you were a prison officer, and now you've gone from prison officer to dog warden, to international rock star. I mean, how the fuck did that happen?
I think when I first started coming down the jam is when I kind of joined the prison service, and I'd done a good number of years. I think I'd done 16 years, 11 of those on the landings, and then 5 with do training with the dogs, which was great. You know, it's really good. Really enjoyed it. And I got knocked off a motorbike, had a motorbike accident, and which gave me a spinal injury. So I couldn't do the prison thing anymore, couldn't do the dog thing anymore. I was medically retired, or made medically inefficient, medical redundancy, something along those lines. And so I kind of thought to myself, what can I do that doesn't mean that I'll be, you know, dealing with the issues of a prison and everything else. So I kind of thought to myself, right, well, I'll turn to music and kind of focus on music. I was always very focused on music, and I used to use a lot of annual leave to do gigs and things on weekends. But it just became more of a kind of main focus. So yeah, it's all changed, but I wouldn't change it back. You know, it's good.
No, what an opportunity, man. As I said earlier, you get these opportunities, you take them with both hands, and you do it, and you enjoy the moment, because that's what we've all been trying to do for an element of it, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think I'm too old to do what you're doing now. I think I just want my sofa and my bed, and you know, I'm happy keeping it local these days.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for the world, but some of it is hard work. Like the bits that people don't see generally with all musicians, you know, that's the hard bit, isn't it? It's the bit that you're at home practicing, or you're trying to learn a song for somebody, and you know that you might not even play it. That London 1666 song, we played it once in Sweden. I haven't played it since. Don't know if we're playing it in the US. You know, it probably took in excess of 30 hours to learn it and to memorize it. Just that song, you know, 30 hours. So
this is it, and then there's all the travelling, and then there's all the sitting around waiting after sound checks, and watching. You know, it's just a lot of time. You know, and you know, I'm not going to ask how much you're getting paid for this, but we have talked about it, and you know, it's not a living maker, is it? Do you know what I mean? You have to do other stuff when you're home, and
no, there's music, and then there's Taylor Swift. You know, so
what a way of putting it.
Taylor Swift. But do I think she's the 8th best guitar player of our decade? No. And I think 8th greatest of all time or something they've pitched her at. Which
I saw that, and it did make me swallow hard.
It's a bit of a push, a bit of a stretch, isn't it? I mean, I know 8 guitarists that you wouldn't even know their names, and they're better than her. So,
I think there's 8 better guitarists come down the jam night, if I'm honest.
there's probably 8 better guitarists watching this. So, I mean, not to knock her, because she's obviously a good songwriter. She puts in like a 3-hour performance when she goes out and does her tours and stuff, which is, from experience of being on stage for 50 minutes, when you give it your all for 50 minutes, you come off and you are dying. So 3 hours, hats off to her. But the music industry at the moment there is no money in the music industry at the moment. So but Taylor Swift is absolutely caking it in. So
yeah, well, it's just Adam, we just never dressed up in the leotards and the tight costumes and danced and twerked and bits and pieces like that. That's what happened. If we did, we'd be international rock stars by now, mate.
I did, man, but I just never done it at the Jam.
Oh, you bastards! I missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting light of time. But I mean, that's a valid question, actually. What's it like playing in a classic rock band in a time like this when music is dominated by that sort of thing?
There's still audiences out there. The UK audiences are not as strong as the audiences in, say, Germany, for example.
Because they love their metal.
Oh, Germany is a whole nother evil. It's they love it. They absolutely love it. I mean, even the small clubs in Germany, like say Mannheim, Severners, and places like that, they were just absolutely wall to wall. The capacity was like 900 people. There was 900 people in there. So it's a completely different thing. I mean, and then America again is completely different. They run their venues, they normally kind of section off the area by the stage almost like a gold circle and call it a VIP. So it's quite hard to get an atmosphere going sometimes in America, because if people don't buy the VIP tickets, they can't come down the front. They have to stand behind a barrier which is 30 meters from the stage.
And what did you do, Adam?
What did I do?
Yeah, what did you do on stage?
Oh, well, in venues like that, because apparently we weren't allowed to tell people, just the venue and come into the VIP area. Apparently our shows would have been cancelled. So I decided to come off the stage, walk through the VIP area and stand on the barrier and actually play for the crowd in the venues which I could, with the wireless kit and stuff. Because I just prefer to be up close, to not right on top, something you got that idiot with the beer jumping around over your pedal board. That's no fun.
Yeah, but add him. Not that way. Not in that way. But he's been at my gig. Yeah.
But then I like to be closer to audiences. Some of the smaller venues in Germany were really cool because they were just like, they were right up in your face, and it was just a good atmosphere, really good atmosphere.
So what is the capacity of Waken? How many people do you reckon you played to?
I'm not sure how many people we played to. I know the capacity is 85,000 people. It was a big old stage. I think I sent you a picture of the stage, and there's the audience in the background.
Yeah, I've shown that. I'll put that one up.
Yeah, that was straight after the end of our set. I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess how many people were in front of the stage. It's such a big area. Absolutely huge. That was on the 4th stage, I believe it is, because the first 2 stages are side by side, and they are massive. They just look like it's like the size of a shopping centre. It's ridiculous. They are huge.
Robina in the chat says Germany are so appreciative the musicians that play for them, not just the metal audiences, the blues as well. So they just love their music, basically.
Yeah, and the hospitality out there is fantastic. You go to Europe, you play in the UK. I'm not knocking the UK venues, but sometimes the UK venues, you go to them and it's like you got a crate of water in the corner and that's about it. You go to Germany and they're asking you what you want, and they've got a chef cooking it for you, and the rider's there and they look after you, and there's a dressing room which isn't just a toilet. So yeah, I mean, some of the most prestigious, I'm not going to name any of them, but some of the most prestigious venues in the UK, the changing room runs alongside a sewer. So there's a door with a big gap under it so it doesn't get wet when the sewer splashes. but the smell in the dressing room is something to be desired.
Nice.
Yeah, on a hot day it gets worse. So, and we spent a couple of
Worse than the
days.
rising sun used to be.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because you remember the rising sun, how that was like, you know.
Yeah, but I think that was the dishwasher. I think the dishwasher used to get bad.
That was the sewers. They used to come up through the cellars below.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
we
was...
used to stand on stage. It just stunk of rotten eggs constantly.
Yeah. Not nice, but cool venue.
So why would you put a changing room next to the sewer? I mean, you know, that just shows the respect for the musicianship, right?
Yeah, I just think that's the way the venue's laid out. But yeah, I mean, there's some places in Germany in some really obscure places. There was one which was in the middle of a disused I think it was built just before the First World War, repair factory. I think I sent you a picture. All of us are standing in kind of an industrial area.
Let me have a flick through some more. I didn't show all of them, so keep talking.
The venue was just incredible. You know, some seriously cool bands have played there. Massive stage. Yeah, I think it was like Creator, Disturbed, Anvil, Anthrax, Slayer. I think have even played there. Really, really cool venue, but it's in the middle of a disused train factory.
There
in
it
the
is.
middle of nowhere. Yeah, so the stuff you can see in the background is all like the rigging that they used to have the trains in, and they used to fix everything. It's really cool. You can freely walk around it. There's all types of crazy good graffiti everywhere, and it's really cool. It's just like really industrial. You just don't see places like that anymore. You know, if you just wouldn't find them in the UK.
You didn't take a chance to make a music video there because it's perfect.
We didn't have the time. We were in and out. So we done the gig. That was literally, those pictures were taken about 15 minutes. We done the sound check 15 minutes before the gig, before the light went, and we ran back over to the venue, which was another part of this disused train factory, and played.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really cool place to go to, and there's just so many in Europe. In the UK, I think venues struggling a lot with like the licensing and the breweries and everything else. So yeah, if you're in a band and you want to make your way, then head to Europe.
Yeah.
The drummer in Entropy, his name's Mark. He's in a band called Helestios. Yeah, they're a death metal band, basically. I don't know if it's progressive death metal or death metal, but it's and
they sound more like a mariachi band. Helestios.
You know, yeah, they just been to Poland and done a few gigs abroad, and they absolutely loved it. I think it's definitely Mark's first time over there, and he absolutely loved it. He said it was fantastic. So
yeah. As I said, I'm just in the mood for keeping it local now, mate. I'm not into all of that anymore. Just sofa, bed, food I like. You know, just keep it simple. That's where I'm at with it now. Do you know what I mean? Love me music, but I'm not up for touring anymore. I'm going to leave that to young lads like you.
Young.
You're younger than me.
Not by much, mate. Not by much. Saying that though, I had a phone call. No, I had an email from Steve Blaze from Lillian Axe. I don't know if you heard of Lillian Axe.
I know what. Yeah, I've heard the name.
They had a big hit in the 80s, I think 90s maybe. Give a Little Love. It's like MTV's best feel-good song or something like that. And we toured with those guys in America on the East Coast. I've just had an email today, and they've asked me to learn their set, because it's a possibility I'm playing with them in America as well at the same time as Alcatraz.
Right.
So, another 14 songs to learn.
Love it. You love it. Why wouldn't you?
But that'd be really cool. Those guys are so nice. They're such nice guys. When we toured with them last time, they were all just incredible every night. And big shoes to fill if I have to play bass for them.
You'll be fine, man. Look at you going out touring the world and bits and pieces. Rose says in the chat, European tours were so much easier before Brexit.
Yeah, Brexit definitely made it harder. Yeah, you should try touring the States. That's difficult. Trying to get a working visa, you have to get a sponsor, and you have to go to the embassy, get the visa put in your passport. It's crazy.
Oh
Crazy.
wow! But you've gone through all that process.
Yeah. I had to go through all of that. But I mean, yeah, to an extent. I mean, we went through into France, and the border guys were like, "What have you got in the back of your van?" We were like, "Oh, instruments and T-shirts and CDs," and they kind of went, But I think a couple of them were girls' school fans, and at least one of them had heard of Alcatraz, so they were like, "Yeah, it's no problem." But there was a few raised eyebrows. It was like,
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, it's shipping all the merch around the world in a van.
Yeah.
What's your name, Spider? Dude, it's 5 to 9, man. We've talked, and it's wonderful. And it's no, thanks for making your debut appearance on Radio Freakjam tonight.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been cool.
Always a pleasure to chat, man. And so, do you want to take a couple of seconds to let people know where they can find out about all the shit you're doing at the moment and the most important stuff you want to go and look at? Go on, tell them.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Adam Sheps. Alcatraz Official is it's Alcatraz with a double Z, so it's like this. That's what you want to be looking for. Alcatraz Official on Instagram and things like that. I mean, you've got Entropy Rise on Blackshot Rose Instagram. Blackshot Rose Instagram? No. Facebook and Instagram. You've got Blackshot Rose on Facebook. Yeah, check out Larry's books because they're cool. They're really cool.
Any web addresses, any bits and pieces like that?
Not that I can think of. Web addresses, Ian. I'm not a technical person.
Well, just a little hint. They normally start with like www. No?
That's what I'm wrong all this time.
Not ringing a bell here.
I don't really do a lot of web addresses, but if you follow Adam Sheps on one of the social media platforms, then I'm sure you'll find Alcatraz and Entropy and Blackshot Rose, BSR.
And any more gigs coming up you want to sort of talk about?
Yeah, so I've got the West Coast dates got sent to me today. So I'm going to America for the West Coast middle of October, or should be, as long as they get announced. So there should be an announcement coming up soon. I've been told to keep quiet about it. So I'll keep quiet about it until...
Shh. Don't say a word.
Yeah, shh. West
But
Coast.
go get tickets to the West Coast. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, go and have a holiday, go and see Adam play, and then it's 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
Pretty much. I mean, I think we're playing pretty much everywhere. I think the Vegas date is pending at the moment. We might have a day off that day. We might be playing Vegas. So.
Oh, wow.
So that'd be really cool. Yeah. Not as cool. Well, maybe it'll be cooler than Waken. I don't know. I don't know how you can top Waken. Waken is,
Vegas, though, man. But don't take a lot of money with you, or your credit card.
Do you know, I put my money on a bank card, like a travel bank card, and I try and use that and take a bit of cash with me as well. But yeah, generally the old bank card, and it just gets emptied. But then if I empty it, I know that it's not actually my bank account because it's a separate thing.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like giving yourself a gigging budget.
Yeah, pretty much. And then ID wise, I just kept an old driving license, and I just take that with me. So whenever people ask me for ID, it's my old driving license, and if it gets lost, it doesn't matter.
Bonza. So you've got it all sorted out. Tips and tricks of being a rock star from Adam here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're touring the world, use an old driving license. Is your ID? There you go. And bank cards, and have you got a burner phone as well?
No, I haven't gone that far. That might be that could be another thing. It could be a good idea.
Options, man, options.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play out with a bit of Entropy. I think you got the video you sent me over. Do you want to give us a bit about that?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, Franz, the bass player. No, he's the guitarist, the bass player in Blackshot Rose. Dave's the lead guitarist, fantastic. Mark from Helestios, is the drummer, and Billy is the bass player. All really nice guys. And we recorded this as part of like a promo. So we done 5 songs in a day. It was recorded in my studio.
Studio, it's more like a venue.
Yeah, it's kind of like lights and riser and stuff. And we had about 6 or 7 camera angles going. So we just done it as basically this is what we can do to send out to venues. So if anybody does need video footage or anything like that, then let me know, because you can always come over mine and there's everything ready to go, basically.
I'd take him up on the offer. It's wicked over there. He's got a lovely place. So yeah, thanks for joining us, Adam. Thanks to everyone in the chat room for joining us and being a part of what we do still, and chatting and asking questions, bits and pieces. It's all wonderful. Jam night, where is it?
Oh, what was that?
I think you got a message. Where's the jam night, Adam?
Jam night?
Yeah.
Mr. Bumble, Camberley.
What time does it start?
Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Be there.
Wicked. See, do what Adam says. I bet that's Holly again. You finished yet?
No, apparently I need to upgrade to Pro on WeTransfer. But apparently I only send 20-second videos, so it doesn't make any difference.
Maybe that's why I've got the 20-second files. Yeah, that'll be why. Anyway, jam night Thursday, 9 o'clock. Mr. Bumble Camberley, do it. As Adam said, come down and see us. We'll be back next week on Meet the Freaks with Mr. Phil Reese. Come and join us for that. Always a fun time with Phil. We've got a lot of catching up to do, actually. I haven't spoken to him properly in a while, so I'm looking forward to that. Adam's just disappeared in a puff of smoke, like a genie. If you'd have just disappeared off screen when you'd done that, that would have been genius. Do you know what I mean?
I was trying to time it just right, but it didn't work out.
Adam, say goodbye, dude.
See you later, people. Thank you very much for watching. Be at the jam night, 9 o'clock on a Thursday. I'll see you there.
Be there. This is Entropy. See you later, guys. Take care. We'll be back soon.